1,713 clues have come and gone, but 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this 64th episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time playing, it is standard Jeopardy rules. You just need to keep your own scores, be prepared for a final Jeopardy round, and oh yeah, if you want to cheat, go right ahead. Be my guest. In last week's episode 63, the final Jeopardy category was Johnny Depp, which means 5 brand new Johnny Depp clues are headed your way in just a few moments, plus 4 brand new categories as well. So what say you? Let's see what they are. Once again, Johnny Depp will kick things off in this ultimate game of Disney trivia. The second category you'll be playing, Redheads. I'll provide you with 5 clues all about redheads you may have seen in a Disney movie. The third category you'll be playing, VHS sing-alongs. Yes, you guys voted for this in the live portion of episode 63 when I posed the question, what category do you want to see next week? So VHS sing-alongs did win the poll, and thus it is part of this episode 64. The fourth category you'll be playing, it's your Disney Parks category of the week, and it reads, and more. What does that mean? Well, you remember back in the day when you used to be able to buy a park hopper pass and add the water parks and more option? This is all about extra things, I guess, you can do that don't include the theme parks or water parks at the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts. And the fifth and final category you'll be quizzed on today, Toy Story. What? That's right. Somehow in the 63 episode history of this show, I have not done a category on just the original Pixar film Toy Story. So hopefully you remember that legendary movie well. I will say I did a Barbie in Toy Story category like 6 months ago, and I think I did a Toy Story 2 characters category, but never won on the original Pixar film. So again, hopefully you're prepared for that. Okay, it is now time for the easiest round of the game, the cupcake round. Here's your cupcake. Remember, someone asked for a cupcake last week. Each of these clues are worth just 200 points each, so hopefully you go 5-4-5 and bank 1,000 points under your belt. Let's kick this game off with a little Johnny Depp for 200 points. Here is the legendary actor starring in this 2013 Disney live-action movie. What is the Lone Ranger?
Hi-yo, Silver! Away! Don't ever do that again.
Yes, sadly, the Lone Ranger was also in my box office bombs category, which was about a year ago, so didn't do too well at the box office. I don't have a personal opinion on it because I have never seen the movie, so maybe I should check it out. We move on now. Here comes your first clue from Redheads. Ah, look at that. My famous artistic work returns, as yes, I did draw that little stick person, but I did add some hair from a Disney character, so you simply need to identify whose hair that is. The hair is from Merida. We move on to VHS sing-alongs for 2. In early versions of the sing-alongs, you followed a bouncing icon shaped like this character to guide you through the lyrics. Did you expect anyone else? No, it is Mickey. On to and more now for 200. Avoid the gutters at these bowling alleys located at both Disney Springs in Orlando and Downtown Disney in Anaheim. What is Splitsville? And finally, we finish off the cupcake round with a little Toy Story action. Buzz Lightyear. Okay. Reading this clue. I mean, this is as cupcake as it gets, folks, so hopefully you nail it. Buzz Lightyear famously states that he's going to this place and beyond. Buzz Lightyear is going to infinity.
Stand back, everyone. To infinity and beyond!
To infinity and beyond, perhaps the most famous quote in a Pixar movie ever. Yeah, I'll stand by that. Either way, that's the end of the cupcake round. Again, hopefully you banked all 1,000 points and are going to carry that momentum into the second round. It's worth 400 though. We start with Johnny Depp. Along with Edward Scissorhands and a number of other films, Depp worked with Tim Burton on this 2010 movie that earned a 2016 sequel thanks to its box office success. What is Alice in Wonderland?
Watch what you're doing. Please, watch it. It's you.
I theoretically could have used Mad Hatter in the next redhead clue, right? I mean, he's not really redhead. He's an orange head in that movie, I guess. Is that a thing? Carrot Top. No, but Carrot Top's a redhead. So, I don't know. Either way, I'll let you know now I did not use Johnny Depp's Mad Hatter in the redhead category. But speaking of which, let's see who I did use. This one's worth 400. The stick person makes their return, but with someone else's locks on their head. Whose locks are those? Correct answer is The Little Mermaid, Ariel. We travel back in time for another VHS sing-along. Seen in the original intro, this character hosted the first 2 volumes of the sing-along series. Jiminy Cricket and Ludwig von Drake hosted a few after him. So the original host of the VHS sing-alongs was a bit of a bizarre, obscure character. He was from 1950s shorts Melody and Toot, Whistle, Plunk, and Boom. Say that one 5 times fast. The correct answer is Professor Owl.
Now you at home can sing along with your favorite Disney song. We will play every note so you can sing along.
We move on now. Here comes your second clue from the and more theme park category. Pay to rent a boat and set sail on this man-made lake located directly in front of the Magic Kingdom. So it is one of my favorite hidden gem kind of things that a lot of people aren't aware that they're able to do, but it's to take a boat out onto Bay Lake, or the correct answer here, Seven Seas Lagoon. That's right, you can do it over in the back of, I think Grand Floridian has the boats, Polynesian, Wilderness Lodge, you can do it, and you can set sail like you are, a pirate in the Caribbean, though that's not the Caribbean, but you get the idea. Anyway. Seven Seas Lagoon, that is the correct answer. As we move on now to the final clue of the second round, it belongs to the one and only Toy Story. Well, this is pretty straightforward. You've got 5 seconds to name the 5 characters. Hit me. The correct answer is Ham, Rex, Mr. Potato Head, Bo Peep, and Wheezy. No, just Wheezy. Wheezy is his name. Tell you what, I'd pay handsomely to see Sunny Eclipse in concert, not at Cosmic Rays, with Wheezy opening up. That'd be a pretty sick duo. All right, we move on to the third round of the game. These clues are worth 600 points, and it starts with Johnny Depp. After claiming that this man helped inspire Captain Jack Sparrow's look and persona, Johnny Depp got this musician, a member of the Rolling Stones, to play his father in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. At World's End is my all-time favorite Pirates movie because they have that whole Pirates League and they all meet up and you get introduced to Captain Teague, who is Jack Sparrow's dad, and he is played by Keith Richards.
It's different to what I do. I mean, when I work, basically, on stage, it's boom, you go on. There's no 2 takes, and so this process of making movies is like where you take it and you've got to do from shot from behind and then the reactions and stuff. It fascinates me.
Remember back in the old Pirates of the Caribbean when they used to chant, "We wants the redhead"? Well, we wants the redhead category as we move on. See, that is how a segue is done. That is how it's done. We move on to the third clue of the redhead category. Can you name who is on this beautiful stick person I drew? I left her ears in, and if you look real closely at part of her glasses, it is Mei Lin from Turning Red. It's time for a third clue from the VHS sing-alongs. Name the song that Ludwig is introducing.
This next song uses the longest word in the English language. I laugh every time I sing it. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. This isn't the right word. My word is much longer. And it's easier to sing.
The correct answer is... you know what? I'll just play it for you.
This isn't the right word. My word is much longer. And it's easier to sing.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Let's move on to and more for the third time. If Winter Summerland isn't for you, head over to this other Walt Disney World mini golf course located near Swan and Dolphin. So the correct answer is Fantasia Gardens and the Fairways. Now, if you said either one of those, that's good enough for me. I will say Fantasia Gardens, very well done, but it is more like your standard mini golf course. The Fairways, on the other hand, if you haven't played them yet, they are a must-do for every golf fan or golfer out there. It is the closest you'll get to taking a real golf course and shrinking it down to a mini golf course. It is awesome. It will also make you go full Happy Gilmore.
Are you too good for your home?
Because it is very, very annoying and difficult to play. But it's great, too. I love it. I love it so much. All right, we move on to the final clue of the third round. It belongs to Toy Story, the Pixar original. This Toy Story tune, written by Randy Newman, was a 1995 Academy Award nominee for Best Original Song. Okay, so it lost. It didn't win the award for Best Original Song. It did lose to another Disney Movies song, though. Do you remember what movie that was? Pop quiz, extra 1 point. Pocahontas. But the correct answer here is You've Got a Friend in Me.
You're my favorite deputy.
You've got a friend in me.
All right, 15 clues down, 11 remain. But before we get to the next round, I do have to say thank you. I feel like I don't say thank you enough. I really do appreciate each and every one of you who tune into this show every week. Without your viewership, I would not be able to make this show. So I thank all of you so very much, and I'm excited to keep marching towards episode 100 whenever we get there. I guess that's 35 weeks away or something like that. So we got plenty of clues, plenty of categories to get you, but I did want to say I appreciate all of you very much. We move on now to the 800-point round. It begins with Johnny Depp. Johnny took on the role of this character in Disney's 2014 musical, Into the Woods. Who is the Wolf?
Good day, Mr. Wolf.
Whither away so hurriedly?
To my grandmother's.
And what might be in your basket?
It's time for another redhead. This one's worth 8. Who has these luscious locks? And again, before you come after me, it's not proportionate to the body. The correct answer is Giselle from Enchanted. Third clue of the 800-point round brings us to VHS sing-alongs. In the 1999 sing-along video taking place at Animal Kingdom, this Pixar character served as your host. Who is Flick from A Bug's Life?
Are you ready? Great! Then grab your knapsacks, because we're going on a musical safari right here in Disney's Animal Kingdom.
We move on to and more now for 800 points. This place on Walt Disney World property was once home to MLB spring training, the NFL Pro Bowl games, and the NBA championship. It is insane to me that LeBron James won an NBA championship as a Los Angeles Laker at the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex at Walt Disney World. Yep, this little old complex hosted the NBA Finals during the COVID bubble season. It also hosted the NFL Pro Bowl games, which are those kind of like obstacle courses they do before actually playing in the Pro Bowl, which nobody wants to watch. And then, of course, MLB spring training with the Atlanta Braves for the last 15 years or whatever before they left. But yes, the NBA Finals took place at Walt Disney World. Very strange to think about. All right, let's move on to the final clue of the 800-point round. It belongs to Toy Story. The name of Sid's sister. Ooh, a tough one for once. Sid's sister's name is Hannah.
Hannah! Hey, Hannah!
What?
Did I get my package in the mail?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, no, Hannah.
What?
Look, Janie!
Hey!
She's sick!
20 clues are down and 6 remain. But before we get to Final Jeopardy, yes, you know what time it is. It is time for the most overly dramatic, soundtrack-infused, unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game. 1,000-point round. Oh, by the way, before I get there, when you watch the live show, there's a countdown that leads into the live show. It's 5 minutes long. And someone left a comment in the live chat saying that the dramatic countdown was soundtrack infused and unnecessarily spotlighted, and it made me laugh out loud. So well done, whoever did that. Sorry, I don't remember who wrote it. Well done. Anyway, cue the lights, hit the music. Let's go. Okay, clue number 1 in the 1,000-point round belongs to Johnny Depp. Depp received a Best Actor Oscar nomination for his role as J.M. Barrie in this 2004 film produced by Miramax / Disney. The correct answer is Finding Neverland.
Excuse me, sir. You're standing on my sleeve.
I might point out you're lying under my bench.
Do you mind just playing with your dog?
No, go on.
So sorry, my boy's bothering you.
J.M. Barrie, pleased to meet you.
Move on now to the final clue from Redheads. I promise the hair is red. It actually fits pretty well around my stick person. Who is it? I've used her in a few clues in the past. The correct answer is Ellie from Up. On to the final clue from Sing-Alongs. In a sing-along video released to promote the live-action version of 101 Dalmatians, the nursery rhyme / song Bingo, you know the one, B-I-N-G-O, that one, appears, but Bingo, you know, B-I-N-G-O, that one, is replaced with this Disney dog's name. Correct answer is Pongo.
P-O-N-G-O, and Pongo was his name. Oh.
Final clue from And More goes like this. Located at both downtown Disney and Disney Springs, this VR attraction closed in 2020 after entertaining guests with Star Wars and Wreck-It Ralph, virtual reality experiences. This thing was so cool, so it's a true bummer that it is gone. But the correct answer is The Void. Yes, this was not like Disney Quest level virtual reality, no disrespect to Disney Quest. This you would actually walk through with your virtual reality headset or whatever and touch things, and they were actually there. You saw Darth Vader coming towards you and you were a stormtrooper. It was sick. And so was the Wreck-It Ralph one, but fortunately COVID nixed it. All right, it's time for the final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy. It belongs to Toy Story, and it's worth 1,000. In 1988, Pixar produced this completely computer-generated film that went on to win the 1989 Academy Award for Best Animated Short. It led to Disney reaching out to Pixar in hopes of producing a full-length, toy-driven feature film. The correct answer is Tin Toy. All right, it is now time for the final part of the game. The part of the game that will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you will be for the next 7 days, or at least until the next episode that comes out, which is on Friday, May the 3rd. Plus, you watch it on May the 4th. With that, let's see what the final Jeopardy category is. Star Wars spin-offs. Yes, all right, so maybe you will watch next week's episode on Saturday, May the 4th, but I had to do a Star Wars category on May the 4th because May the 4th be with you. So what is this category about? Well, it's all about these Star Wars spin-offs. It might be about the movies, the animated shows, the live action shows. It's not about the Skywalker saga, and it's not about, you know, the prequels or the original movies or whatever, the new Disney ones. It's all about the spin-offs that you might see on something like Disney Plus or something. So, with that knowledge, make your wagers. Okay, time is up. It is time for the final clue of the game, all about Star Wars spin-offs. Beginning with The Mandalorian in 2019, Disney Plus has released this many different live-action Star Wars shows thus far. Good luck. And time is up. Okay, so there's been a lot of Star Wars content over the years. You've obviously got the animated shows, you've got Clone Wars, you've got Rebels from back in the day. But in terms of the Disney Plus live action shows, there have been 5 of them. They are The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, and Ahsoka. And you've got 2 more live-action Disney Plus Star Wars shows in the pipeline. Of course, The Mandalorian is getting a full-length movie, so maybe The Mandalorian deserves a category in its own. But for now, Star Wars spin-offs will be your category on May the 4th and the 3rd, and every day after that. That will do it, though, for this episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy, episode 64. If you like what you saw, you know the deal. Subscribe, click that bell icon. Hello, bell! This way, you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Bryan Perri. I will see you next week on May the 4th weekend. And May the 4th be with you. Till then.
Bye-bye.